So, Aiden, I think one of us is missing.
Yes, like where's the third Spider-Man so we can do this? It's like where
No,
is he at? Like what happened?
okay, well, Eli's not here. He had more important things to do. So,
Yeah.
let's get to the clear cut because we're getting into the morals today.
Yep, let's do it. Let's get into it.
That was a great intro. I love
Yeah,
that.
honestly, that was the first thing. That was good. That was good.
No. Okay. Oh, wait. Close mail app. No. Die. Sorry, it's glitching. I'm gonna
Oh my
have
goodness, so violent just for a podcast.
die. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
OMG!
What?
Why? 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 Why?
Why didn't you do that?
I don't know. Why? I keep saying, oh my gosh. I can't even stop saying it.
Why do we act like unsupervised children when Eli's not here?
I don't know. It's like parent supervision. It's gone.
Okay, I want to start off with today with a story. So recently, my brother basically invited me. He was talking about this musicians group on Facebook in our town, kind of where like all the musicians around get like jobs and stuff. Now, I'm a composer myself for like movies and stuff.
Yeah.
That's how I've been trained. And basically, there's this film festival happening, and one of the people in the contest uh, was basically asking for a local composer and talked to this Facebook group. And my brother, he called me and was like, "Hey, send me one of your recent compositions." And I sent it in. They loved it, got us the job.
That's
Now,
nice.
today I was sent the script. It's like a 48 hour challenge, so we didn't know the script beforehand. I read it over, and let's just say there's an inappropriate scene, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, there is.
Yeah, just I'm not gonna read it here, just because it may not be appropriate.
Yeah.
But I really consider it. I was like, yeah, I don't want my name on the credits of a film like that, even if it is like a small contest and stuff. And that brought up a more question. I kind of want to talk about it today. Is where is the line as Christians to draw for films of either watching the content, consuming the content, or making the content? Where do we draw the line of what's too inappropriate? Either it be profanity or violence, language, or so on.
Yeah. So I think like the most honestly, I think the most like out of all like movies that comes out and all stuff is probably the sexual scenes like that gets people going crazy, just so inappropriate and all that stuff, and especially like to kids who are underage and like let's say for a 6-year-old, like they don't want to see that. Like
Hmm.
their parents, I bet like whoever's parents, all that stuff that has the children are gonna be probably embarrassed because if they show that scene to their kids, then they won't have the talk and all that stuff, and it's just
Right.
not it's just nasty. It's really nasty,
It,
really really nasty.
what was worse about the scene, is it added nothing to the story. It was just like, oh yeah, that's part of the scene. Oh yeah, we're just gonna randomly put this in there. It's not even background. It's just right there in front of the camera to see.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I could have written the script, and you wouldn't need that to achieve the same story. It's
yeah,
and it made me ask the question also of there's a lot of stuff that I feel Christians we let it go too easily for some of the stuff, and it's normalized even within Christians. Like I bet there's quite a few movies you watch, Aiden, that have some cursing in it or unnecessary violence or so on.
yeah, yeah.
That
So
Jesus would go, "What the heck are you watching?" It's like
yeah,
it's cool, it's fine. They got guns. It goes pew pew.
yeah. So yeah, there's like this let's see. My goodness, what am I saying? There's like this show I watch like pretty much every day, like except for weekends, but it starts at 6 o'clock and it's called Young Sheldon. And the actors are basically let's just say like they live like more in the like I want to say the 80s, 90s.
Mhm.
and like it's back in time, and they're supposed to be Christian, like Baptist family, but they have a whole lot of cursing. Um, if the viewers may know, they might know the show Young Sheldon, and they might know Sheldon's younger sister, Missy. And Missy Cooper, apparently, she likes to cuss. She likes to do a bunch of all these things. And she's been like that even when she was a little kid. So it's like, why bring a little bit of Christian and God into some scenes and then kind of have like some like cursing and all that nasty stuff in it? Plus, there is one scene that I watched and it was kind of nasty. They didn't show it, luckily, but it's like the mom was
Hey, I just woke up.
so it gets a little crazy, and it's like if you're a Christian family, like why would you want to do that? Like
Mhm.
they're like why? Especially that like the cursing, it's still bad, but not as far as that dressing
It's
up and
it's
just
not
being all
as
nasty like
it's
just
not as bad. With Young Sheldon, I'm glad you brought that up. Is Young Sheldon is a show where they openly make fun of Christians the whole time. Being Christian is a joke, and it's not like, oh, here's like for example, the pastor in that show is they kind of make him like a dopey idiot who doesn't really know his
oh yeah,
stuff.
yeah, he does. It's like
Like they picked that comedian actor, I forget his name, but
yeah. It's like
they make fun of Christians a lot in that show.
yeah, it's like the weird thing is like they have the actors to imagine themselves as Christian, and it's like what? Like obviously some Christians are gonna be like if they don't know really behind or what it goes on with young Sheldon, a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, they're Christian too, so maybe we can maybe watch the show. I think it's not gonna be that bad. But if any of those inappropriate scenes or just like foul language comes up, it's like, I don't think they're really Christians.
Hmm.
It kind of gets to that. So I don't know. I personally would, if I were to be the producer and director of Young Sheldon, I honestly would want to kind of change those things and make things more Christian-like. That's what I would do if I was either their producer or director.
Now, there's so many films that would have been perfect, except one scene they just decided to add just for the heck of. For example, have you seen Home Alone,
Yeah, I
the
have
first one?
seen. Yeah,
S-
first
s-
one, second one, third one.
Do you remember that scene in the first one where like the Kevin's brother and like I think Kevin's cousin are talking, and they bring up an inappropriate topic just at random,
Yeah,
just the beginning of the scene. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's the same scene where Kevin comes in and they like give him the fake backstory to the snow scraper guy with
yeah,
the salt.
yeah,
Completely unnecessary. The rest of the movie is completely fine. I actually encourage most of our audience to go watch it if they haven't.
yeah.
Great movie, but it's just unnecessary. I don't know. It could be for shock value. Could just be because we're sinners and we do bad stuff
Yeah.
very often.
So there, and I remember there was another inappropriate scene where there was, I think it was the first one, but it was with his, like he went to his brother's room, I guess, to get like I forgot a
Oh,
shotgun or
I
something like
forgot
that or BB
about that
gun,
scene.
and then there was like behind the door there was this like inappropriate thing on the wall. The same thing.
Yeah.
So there was something inappropriate on the wall. It was like he was covering it up. It was nasty. It's like it's supposed to be. It's like one of the biggest like Christmas movies that has ever been released, and
Mhm.
I have a feeling like why should they add that in, and what's the meaning of adding that in the set, like as a prop?
Could just be, like I said, somewhat shock value.
There
Um,
could be of that, but
with just sinful nature of a human. There's gonna something I was gonna bring up. Darn it. I
I
even said mental note in my head. Don't forget that. That was a good point.
know you
Um,
did it. You forget.
yeah, I forgot it instantly.
Stupid. I know.
You're gonna have to sit here awkwardly until one of us thinks
The
of something.
silence is very loud.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
A few moments later.
but they continue that whole thing through the series of Home Alone of putting those inappropriate imageries. I don't think they did anything for the second one, but they definitely did it for the other ones where it just was the whole movie was mostly raunchy. Um,
Yep.
that's the word I'm going to say. It was a raunchy image. It was a very raunchy scene. Um,
Yeah.
for, but now we say that's wrong, but according to God, violent scenes and cussing would also be just as wrong. Um, I think as Christians, we shouldn't take a moral high ground on this unless we
Yeah.
start watching stuff with too much violence in it.
Yeah.
We really gotta we like movies, but I mean, are they moral most of the time to watch them?
Mm,
That's the question there.
yeah.
Now
Key point.
we have the other side of this with Christian movies, and this is a big problem, and it's almost a trope of Christian movies is they're never afraid to put like a big villain or big evil to fight. The world is all almost perfect already. The character is almost perfect, as the bad thing is like, oh no, the church is shutting down.
Yeah.
We gotta raise money or something.
Yeah. It's like closing it's like closing in their faith basically.
Yeah.
So
It's never deep, and Christian movies have basically just gotten a bad rap for it. Now, Angel Studios is definitely changing some of this up with some of their new releases. Like for something that recently just came out is The King of Kings, which is like a
yes.
children's retelling of the Christ story. Now, I've seen some of the trailers. We have not. Aiden, have you watched it?
I've seen at least like the trailer. I
Oh,
haven't and like some commentary and reviews, but not really like any like of the movie, like any clips at all.
disclaimer, do not listen to a thing we say. We don't know what we're talking about. Okay, but off of the trailer, what we've seen, and I've seen a few clips of like people watching it, is it seems it is for meant for kids, but it seems like they've told it in a much better way this time. And animation style wise, I don't like it. That's just me, but I can see how
Yeah,
the production value, the production is good. I just don't like the style. Um,
yeah. The
ridicule,
style like
ridicule me in the comments if you will. Go ahead,
yeah.
Aiden.
Yeah. So the animation is like I like personally I don't do animation or make animation. I didn't make now you're making fun of me. What the really? What? Okay, anyways, I was thinking no, I was thinking, my goodness,
You were
I'm losing
thinking
everything.
what?
I'm losing brain cells. My goodness. Okay, so apparently like the animation, like I like the animation style a little
Mhm.
bit, but I just wish they would have like kind of like did a little bit like a little tad bit more difference to it, kind of add a little bit of crisp.
Well, I when I was looking, I was like, why does Jesus have the best jawline in the world, but his body is like a twig?
Yeah, he's like the ultimate like mewing machine.
No, Aiden, come on.
What? I can't get brain. I filled it with brain rot. Okay, like
See,
what the
look.
sigma?
Um, Aiden and me have, if you combine our brain cells, we have one whole brain cell.
Yeah.
And then Eli makes up the rest of the brain. Um,
Yep.
without him, we're two babbling idiots.
Yep. He's like, oh my goodness, like why? So yeah. Anyways, back to the topic.
Wow, we
So
actually got back on top.
yeah, finally, hopefully. So I like animation. I don't like do animation films, but I do like um.
Talking
s-
about what you don't know about. Okay.
Okay, bud. Cut. Okay. So I was thinking, like, there was, like, let's just say from the Mario movie, for example, like that type of animation, that style, I love it. I love it so
Okay.
much. But the one that they made, like, for the Kings of Kings, like that style, it's like,
It's
it's
okay.
okay, but it's like not something that I prefer to watch.
Have you seen a Bible book or geez, what's it called? You know, with the two kids and the red robot?
Oh, Superbuck.
Superbook. Superbook, it's a lot like that, but my complaint with
Yeah,
Superbook is why it didn't look the best is because all the scenes were too bland.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
you could see that their animators were on a budget.
Yeah, I used to like what my sister and I would watch all the time when we were little. Superbuck, and we didn't like this was before I got into film. Okay, I was like at a small age, I was like into like wanting to be a policeman and something like
Wait,
that.
wait,
But
wait,
anyways,
wait a second. Reality check for audience. Hey Siri, when did Superbook come out? Okay, so the first like newer ones, not like the old ones from 1981, came out 2011 when Aiden was a
mm,
little baby.
well, I was born 2008. My sister was born 2011,
Oh.
so I would be 13 if you said that. I would be like not. I would be like, what am I doing so immature?
I'm kidding. I'm just insulting you.
Why are you insulting me? What did I do to you?
What did I do?
You exist. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Back to the topic. Another example of good filmmaking where you're not crossing the line too much. Okay, and they kind of cross the line with violence, definitely a little bit. They're on the line. So far from what I've seen, I've not watched the whole show, but it's The House of David.
Okay. Yes, I
Not,
wanted.
yes, not
Yeah.
made by a Christian company, but they're still
Yes.
nailing it.
Oh boy, do I want to get into this because I watched the whole thing.
Okay, Aiden, take it
So,
away. I've watched half of it, so watch. Wait, hold on.
Prepare for a spoiler alert. We're going to wreck everything about this show for you. So continue listening at your own risk.
Go ahead.
okay. So apparently for the House of David, there's a lot of violence that goes on. And
Yeah, but
like
it's
it
sick.
yeah, there
It's
is a lot
awesome.
of violence. Yeah, it's like what the cool kids would call it. It's fire. Fuego.
When I'm in heaven and God will, it's like, okay, so you watch The House of David. That's a strike for you. It's like, but it's so cool.
Oh,
And didn't
yeah,
that actually happen?
yeah, basically that's like a heavily like YouTube strike. Basically. Anyways. So this movie is about David, and then the episodes before, I don't know, like the last couple episodes were the life before David came to come and defeat Goliath. So this movie is really interesting. It's actually like they were really good on the detail, like really good. So like the plot was good. Definitely the dialogue was definitely a huge thing that was good. Like
And the dialogue
honestly,
felt very natural. Like the whole time I was watching it, I felt like slowly this was happening to the screen. Oh, my camera just did that perfectly.
yep, yep. I'm gonna add some effects for
I
that.
I felt drawn in. I was literally on the edge of my couch.
Yeah, so I was like on the like literally, I was like on the couch. It felt really like to some people it feels like very heartwarming, very like heartfelt. I don't know about heartwarming, but I think
Heartwarming.
heartfelt. So
Who's going then watching that movie and like, aww, that king just got killed by Samuel.
what?
Aw, that's just adorable. David cut off Goliath's head with his sword.
What? No, okay. We're getting too violent over here. Okay, viewer discretion.
It's
Viewer discretion is advised.
it's biblical.
I know, but we don't want to put traumatizing images into people's heads. Hello.
You're just flashbanging with the with
Yeah, we're
description.
just messing with their minds. Okay. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, that's basically what it is. And if you guys have not watched it, you guys should watch it. It's really, really good.
Why did you sound like you were threatening our audience? Watch it,
Was I? Or was I not?
or because it's really, really good.
Okay, anyways, I'm gonna ignore that you said that. So basically, this movie's really good. I don't know why I keep repeating myself.
It's
This
great,
movie's
guys.
really
It's
good.
just great.
This is great. Like, if you watch this movie, you would go, "Great Scott!" What I'm
So
doing.
something I thought that was interesting is about the dream sequences with Saul. So I always get the
Yeah.
the whatever the king
The
bad
yeah,
king
I guess
guy.
yeah, the I guess what they call in I guess in the movie the evil king.
Okay, yeah, sure. I love the dream sequences. Now they're taking some liberties here because that's not in the Bible. Now I know Aiden wouldn't know that because he doesn't read. So I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Are you saying I'm dumb? I'm
No,
unintelligent?
I'm saying you don't read the Bible. That's what I'm saying.
I gotta read it more. What am I doing watching these YouTube
Yeah,
videos?
yeah. He literally said what the Sigma to me today.
Yeah, so I watch a lot of YouTube shorts. So if you know I watch a lot of YouTube shorts, then yeah.
Aiden, I want you to tell them how old you are.
Uh, I don't know if I want to say my real age, but I want to
Oh,
say closer to
well,
17.
you've already said when you were born.
Okay, 16 then. Gosh, do you guys really need to know my age? Why?
Watching YouTube shorts still at that age.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm Gen Z, not Gen Alpha, but man, that does
Sure
what
acts
the
like them.
Sigma gets into my head. Skibbity toilet.
May God please help me with this one. Okay.
Yep.
Continuing what I was saying with the dream sequences. Do you remember that scene where he was out of a dream sequence and he throws the spear and he ends up deleting off of this world?
Yes.
The servant boy. Um, I just thought that was a good scene and a changing moment. I also don't like seeing people die a lot. I
Yeah.
promise.
I like the scene where the the king's daughter went up to keeps going up and kind of encouraging David to fight this king. Like I really like that. It
I
just
haven't, I
brings
haven't,
it.
I haven't watched that far yet.
Well, you just got a spoiler, so good luck. So, anyways, like there was that, and it's like there because obviously there's people in your life where you need them, or they need you to be motivated to do different things. Either they need you to be motivated and want to motivate you and encourage you to do things and take risks, or if you have I guess a moment where you want to encourage a person, you can do that. So there are so I like encouraging people and I like people encouraging me. At my old church, that's what happened, and I kind of thought that scene was really really good.
Wow, that was a lot more insightful than it's like I like the scene where the servant boy got killed.
Yeah, my goodness, like what like is like are you a Christian or not? Because like you like the scene where he's like where the king is just deleting
Well, that's
this
some of what
person.
I'm saying as Christians. We're okay with seeing that a good chunk of the time, unless we're like really conservative and Christian. But I mean, like it's like, oh no, provocative scene. Oh, I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah,
I mean, we shouldn't be watching that, of course. And I think at any age, that's not appropriate.
yeah. Even if you're an adult,
Yeah,
still.
I'm saying still, it tells us to be modest. It tells us to think on these things, things that are true, that are good, that are lovely. I need to read the Bible more to get that exact quote down. But
Yeah.
um,
So,
it's just a question for you, audience, and I want you to think about it. Is where do we draw the line as Christians, or even as people who aren't Christians, of morals of what is appropriate to watch?
like Sutton said, it's like where do we draw the line? And I personally, you guys, some of you, oh my goodness, some of you guys might agree with me, and some of you guys don't. But do you think at least sexual scenes are horrible? Like that's where it draws the line? Because that's where I think where it draws the line for me personally. So, but that's something for you guys to think about.
Okay, and with that, thank you for listening to another episode of the Clearcut podcast. God bless. I hope you pray about some topics we touched on today. And
Yep.
that was the Clear Cut. See you in the next one, guys.
See you guys.